Good afternoon, colleagues. Before we start, can I just remind members of the social distancing rules that are in place in the Chamber and throughout the campus. I'm sure you're all aware of them by now, but particularly when you're leaving and entering the Chamber, just be careful to keep your 2 metres distance. Now, the first item of business, as it always is on a Tuesday, is Time for Reflection. Our Time for Reflection leader is Mr. Ian Stewart, the Executive Director of Edinburgh Interfaith Association. And Mr. Stewart is joining us via live audio link today. Mr. Stewart.
I happily join with you today during these turbulent times, but which are also for our Jewish, Christian, Muslim, Sikh, Baha'i, pagan and Hindu friends, a happy holy season which bring hope of positive change to come. People are asking, when will things return to normal? I do not want us to return to the way things were before. Being in lockdown has brought us closer together as a society, as communities. The pandemic has shown just how fragile human life is and how much we need one another. It has broken down preconceived barriers and brought together people of all different backgrounds and beliefs in solidarity. It has made us stop and pause from our busy lives and reflect on what really matters. That is not material things, but our relationships with our neighbours, friends and loved ones. As we clapped our appreciation for our NHS staff, we also exchanged greetings and support to our neighbours. Sunshine and Leaf was also heard recently, ringing from the open windows, uniting communities in Leith. I was heartened to see many Edinburgh Interfaith community members join with friends across Europe at our COVID-19 prayer vigil, which brought many much-needed comfort and support. Faith communities have been doing their part alongside others in the battle against COVID-19. From local Muslim-owned shops in Falkirk and Edinburgh, giving out free COVID-19 survival kits to the elderly, from churches, mosques, temples, gurdwaras and synagogues doing their part, distributing vital food supplies. We are seeing a notion of support and kindness spreading throughout the world, exemplified by 99-year-old war veteran Tom Moore, raising over 27 million for the NHS by completing 100 laps in his garden. And even in the townships of South Africa, gangs have called a truce and are now bringing food to struggling households in lockdown. And in Jerusalem, we hear the story of the Muslim and Jewish paramedics who paused to pray together after just attending to an emergency call-out. The Pope in his Easter address said, "Silence the cries of death, no more wars, since we need bread, not guns." My prayer is that coronavirus teaches us that we are one human race, that caring for one another, for the most vulnerable, the poor, the elderly, the sick, our fragile world, from this holy season onwards, becomes the #1 priority and part of the positive change.
Thank you very much, Mr. Stewart, and thank you for joining us remotely this afternoon.